Hello, I'm Kia Tomlin, and welcome to our spring virtual trunk show. Um, we are I'm gonna showcase our spring collection and talk about the different designs and the inspiration of how we develop them. The cool thing about what we're doing tonight or this afternoon is that we are not using fashion models. We are using women that look just like the rest of us. I've specifically picked different women with different body types, and we're going to showcase different pieces of the collection on each one of them. Just as a little bit of background, my interest in fashion started when I was really young. I was always very, very short for my age and wanted to wear what the cool kids were wearing, but they didn't have the cool little kids stores back then. And so I learned to sew as a way to be able to make the things I wanted to wear myself. And once I could do that, I learned that, oh, I could make even the things that don't exist. And that's where my love of fashion and design started. As I became a custom designer years later, because I was just fascinated with fit from my own experience of fitting different body types. And really gained an appreciation for a variety of body types. And as I began to do that, I started to realize the unique skill set that I was developing as a custom designer that was not really found in the ready-to-wear market designers. And as my business grew and I moved out of my home studio and started to have to be presentable to meet with clients, I realized the importance of comfort. And so I put those two kind of passions together to create this ready-to-wear line where I could now design comfortable and stylish high fashion clothing for a variety of women that were also comfortable. For this presentation, I'm going to have everyone on mute. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. My team members are also on the call, and so they will be able to answer any questions that you have. And then at the end of the presentation, we're going to have a Q&A session, so you can unmute yourselves and ask questions. If there's anything that you've seen on the website that we didn't discuss in the presentation, you can bring that up, and I can, if I can find it in the store right now, I'll grab it, we'll talk about it, and answer any questions that way. We're also running a promotion that for today, if any purchase over $150 will receive a free beautiful t-shirt in our new spring color, which is red, and that's what I'm wearing actually right now. So $150 purchase, and that offer is good until tomorrow at 9 p.m. In order to take advantage of that, you'll enter the t-shirt into your cart after you select your items, and then enter beautiful free as the checkout code, and I'll remind you of that. So let's get started. Okay, this is our first model, Demetria. She is 50 years old. She is a producer and creative director. She typically wears a size 10, and in our brand, she wears a medium for the most part. I selected Demetria because she's tall at 5'9", and in one of our last presentations, we did have someone request to see the clothing on a tall woman. So we're going to do more of these virtuals. We're always open to requests for different body types that you'd like to see. And we try to work that into future presentations. So Demetria is tall with a straight body. Her favorite stores to shop are Choices and Max Alto, which if you're not from Pittsburgh, those are boutiques in our Shady Side area. And then Solus London is international, so they have a website. Okay. Demetria is wearing our wrap jogger. And if you remember from previous, if anyone's attended a previous virtual trunk show, we had previously put the same look on 3 different models. This time what I did is we're going to use the same bottoms, and then I've specially selected tops that I think are flattering to the different women's bodies. So Demetria is wearing the wrap jogger. with our sleeveless twisted tee. The wrap jogger uses a signature design element for our brand, which is asymmetry. I love to use asymmetry because it's elongating. It keeps the wearer's eye moving down the full length of the body and adds interest. These pants also have pockets, and they all have our similar waistband that's non-binding and adjustable. Okay. Here we have the look on all three ladies. We talked about Demetria with her sleeveless twisted tee. I want to point out that on the sleeveless twisted tees, the armholes are asymmetrical. And this t-shirt is a good example of how we reiterate designs for when they're proven to be successful. So the sleeveless twisted tee that Demetria is wearing on the left in purple was based off of the t-shirt that Andrea is wearing in the middle in blue that has more coverage. Now, Demetria's being sleeveless and the asymmetrical armholes, we did that as I'm going to back up so you can see her move in it again. We did that so you can see on one side, not this side over here is longer. You can show a little bit of either side boob or a bandeau or a lacy undergarment. And that's why we did that. But if you're not interested in being that showy, it's also very easy to put a cami under it or a matching bandeau. We use our waist scrunchies, and we'll see Roberta in one of those later. So Andrea in the middle, they're all wearing the wrap jogger. Andrea has the long sleeve twisted tee, which is the same as Demetria's, just with more coverage because it has the sleeves. And then on the right, Roberta is wearing the wrap jogger with our basic tee tucked in and our mini duster. And here's the back view. And here are the items. Okay, and our next model is Roberta. Roberta is one of our seamstresses. She's 5'3", 63 years old. She typically wears a size 10, 12, but she's a medium to a large in our brand. Mostly, I believe, a medium. Sometimes we'll go up to a large for her. She typically shops at Kohl's and Dick's, and I chose Roberta because she has kind of a signature figure as we get older. She's fuller through the waistline, and a lot of times this is a challenging figure to fit for a lot of women. And I really believe that it's just that designers don't typically design for this body type in mind, as well as a lot of times this is a figure that we develop with age. And so we've spent most of our lives dressing for one type of body, and now we suddenly have to dress for another type of body. So that just becomes challenging because it's not what we're used to. And a lot of us don't have the patience to relearn how to dress ourselves. So I wanted to show our clothes on Roberta. And Roberta is wearing our drape pocket jogger, which is new for this spring. Let's see, where's she going? There she is. Okay. It has drape pockets on each leg, and I placed the pockets strategically lower than the hips so that they don't add width to the hips, but instead they draw attention from the hip curve down towards the knees because it keeps the eye moving down the length of the leg. The back of the pant has what we call a full seat seaming detail. It's hard to see it on this one. We'll be able to see it on the next frame. We did this with our equestrian jeans, and we really loved how it kind of broke up the spans of fabric on the butt. So really, if a woman had a tiny butt, it kind of accentuated it and gave her a little bit more. But if it was a fuller butt, having the seaming there really kind of cut the spans of size and made it look a little bit smaller. Now, Roberta is wearing our twisted tee, which is, we had looked at that in the last slide. Really love this tee because it's fitted through the hips and then blouses over the waist to give Roberta kind of a more of a waistline when she actually is fuller through the middle. Here we have all three ladies wearing the same draped pocket jogger. Demetria is wearing the mini duster similar to what Roberta had in the first set of slides. And I love a cardigan style jacket. It's very slimming because it kind of hides the sides of the body and creates a visual column down the middle. Our mini duster is also super versatile. I have this little picture inset that shows a model wearing it where we've pinned up the left side of the mini duster to her neck, and that created like an asymmetric draping, kind of a new look. I also love to wear this just tied around my waist, and it creates kind of this cool like skirt overlayer. Great piece for both cool evenings or air-conditioned restaurants. So it's a great layering piece. Andrea is wearing our draped shoulder blouse, which is also new for spring. Let's see. And we looked at Roberta already in the last slide. Here we are, the back view. You can see on Andrea in the middle, the seaming detail. And we're gonna meet Andrea next, the next set of slides. And here are the pieces. Okay. All right, here is Andrea. She is 54 years old, 53 years old, 5'4", and she owns a life care facility for intellectually disabled adults. So not only is she the face of her company, but she's also very active with her clients. So she likes her clothes to be stylish, but at the same time, she also needs to be comfortable and needs for the clothes to be easy to care for, which is why she likes our brand. I asked Andrea to model because she is fuller through the hips. She typically wears a 12 on top and a 14-16 on the bottom, which in our brand is a large on top and an extra large on the bottom. She likes to shop at Nordstrom's and Athleta. Okay, Andrea, we have in our pleated culotte with our peep shoulder tee. These are knee-length shorts, which are perfect for women that don't typically like to wear shorts. They're longer and roomy, and they do have pockets. The peep shoulder tee that she's wearing is one of our earliest styles, and it's a really good example of how we use customer feedback as inspiration to create new styles or improve upon previous ones. So this top was designed in 2015, and we had so many women that loved the asymmetry of it, the off the shoulder, but they thought it was too fitted in the waistline. And so that's when we designed the twisted tee that we've been looking at in the previous slides that were more roomier through the midsection to kind of camouflage for the women that didn't want that fitted waistline look. Here we have them on all three ladies. Demetria is wearing, in the purple, is wearing our sling tee underneath that mini duster. And the sling tee is what creates the asymmetric neckline. And we'll get a better look at this tee later on one of the other ladies. Demetria also, for her, I would pull these shorts down a little bit just to lower the fullness. That's what's great about the waistlines on our pants is they are 6 inches tall, so you can adjust the items to be longer or shorter depending on how you want to wear the waistband. We also don't use any fasteners or zippers or elastic in our waistbands. It's just the stretch of the fabric. So it's super comfortable and allows you to move them around like that. Roberta is wearing our favorite twisted tee, which is the one I said, the peep shoulder tee that Andrea has on in the coral, then birthed the blue twisted tee that Roberta has on. And you can see, even though Roberta is fuller through the waistline, how this t-shirt, the way it lays kind of nice and fitted across her waist, across her hips, and blouses over, gives the illusion of a nice little waistline on her. And through the back. And here are the pieces. This is a better view of the sling tee where you can see it's a one sleeved item. And like I said, we'll see it in a little bit. Next up is our harem pant. Every season, I like to design at least one style that is something that I love and I want, even though, you know, I don't think that other people will appreciate the aesthetic of it. It's just something that I want. But surprisingly, these styles are usually the hit. They may not be the hit the first season. It may take a little couple seasons for people to catch on to it, but they usually do turn into our top sellers. And this harem pant is one of those. This is actually the third season that we've had it, and now we're really seeing it pick up. People are really loving it. This harem pant is essentially like a big maxi skirt, except it does swoop through the legs, and it has slits up to the hips. So if a gush of wind were to come along and this were to blow open, there are little shorts that are sewn into the pant for modesty. I love this thing because it's really versatile. I wore it one evening to a cocktail attire wedding with a pair of stilettos and some big gold jewelry with a different top, a sling top. And then Saturday morning, the very next morning, I threw those harem pants back on with a t-shirt and a pair of tennis shoes and ran my errands. So all of our designs, we really put a lot of thought into how you can make them work from day to night, which is really another one of the reasons why I designed the collection for myself. Is I was tired of changing clothes throughout the day. I wanted something that could run my kids to work, run to the grocery store and my errands, go to work, meet clients in a professional manner, and then go out for a cocktail and drink with my husband in the evening, all seamlessly in one look. Just changing the shoes, the handbag, and throwing on some jewelry. Okay, here we have all three ladies wearing the harem pant. Demetria is wearing it with the twisted tee, but I want you to notice how she did not really blouse it over her waistline. She kind of ruched it to give it just a little bit of a different look, versus Roberta on the right side is wearing essentially the same style shirt, just the sleeveless version. And we do have a waist scrunchie as a bandeau underneath that, so that if she were to turn to the side in that lower armhole, you're just going to see a gray bandeau. You won't see any skin on that side. And then Andrea in the middle is wearing our sheet shirt, which is essentially a 2-layer tank top. So the underlayer of the tank top she has tucked into the harem pant. And then there's a second layer that kind of covers half, or, you know, kind of 2/3 of the body that drapes over loosely. And it's a nice bit of camouflage. And here's the back view. And the tops. All right, here we have our handkerchief skirt, which this is new for spring. It's I like because it's a modern look, but it still has good coverage. You'll notice that it does cover the knees, but when she turns to the side, the white layers is what gives it a little flare. It's shorter on the side of the leg, which shows a little peek of the side of the knee, which is usually an area that our legs always still look good. I know a lot of women, we like to cover our knees as the skin changes, but the side of the leg and the back of the leg pretty much always remain good looking. So that's where this skirt comes in handy. She's wearing it with the sheet shirt that Andrea had on in the last slide, also tucked in with the outer layer worn loose. And here are all three ladies with the same skirt on. Demetria on the left with the drape shoulder top. I would size her down. We didn't have the right size for her in the store when we did the shoot for this, but you can see how it's really baggy around the waistline. And so she definitely needs a smaller size. Andrea in the middle, we have her actually layered up with 4 different pieces. So she has the handkerchief skirt on, then she has the sling tee is the white, which gives the nice asymmetric neckline. She has the mini duster on, but instead of letting it hang freely, we put the waist scrunchie, 4th item is that black waist scrunchie on to kind of cinch and accentuate her waist because she does have a really nice waistline. And we saw Roberta in the last slide. So we'll move on to the back view. And here are the tops. All of our items are made in the USA. Between Pittsburgh, New York, and LA, we keep the new and experimental styles in-house just to make sure that we can do them in smaller quantities and that they are well liked enough to then hopefully push out to a larger factory that can handle larger numbers. But we do in Pittsburgh, aside from making the new and experimental styles, we also do some special order, whether it's sizes or colors and alterations. All right, these are the drape shorts. And I have to admit, I don't like wearing shorts, which is why I designed these. I have full thighs, and so when I walk, the shorts usually bunch up as I'm walking, which I can't stand. And then I'm constantly pulling them down, which I also can't stand. So I designed these shorts so that the inseam falls lower. So it's lower than where my thighs would rub together. And so my thighs can still rub together, but the fabric is lower. So it doesn't get stuck and ride up as it normally would. And then they're looser fit and pleated to give almost a skirt look to them. And they do have pockets. When we went to put these on, all 3 ladies, all 3 of them kind of like panicked a little bit. Nobody really was into wearing the shorts, but when they put them on, all 3 of them actually did like the shorts. And I think they looked great on everybody. So Demetria is wearing the peep shoulder tee, fitted. Andrea is wearing the sleeveless twisted tee, as is Roberta. And the back view. And here go the tops. So these are our pleated maxi pants, and I love the glamour on these pants. They just look really glamorous and elegant, even though they're t-shirt jersey fabric. So they're lightweight, comfortable, easy to take care of. All of our fabric is made from our signature blend of bamboo, cotton spandex, which is knit especially for us in LA. The bamboo is why the fabric drapes so well compared to just a regular cotton, but it's also why our items are substantially more expensive than a typical cotton jersey. These pants can be easily dressed up and down, and they actually can be hemmed to a length that you could wear either flats or heels by adjusting the waistband, as I mentioned earlier. If you fold our waistband, extend it up to like a high-waisted pant, you can then kind of raise and lower the pant to suit which height shoe you're wearing. So here's all 3 ladies, and you'll notice we did not alter any of the clothes in this presentation. So these ladies definitely need a hem on these pants, but we just wanted to kind of show you the length, and I do intentionally design these pants long for tall women and tall women that would like to wear heels. So Demetria is wearing the tunic tank, and she's wearing our asymmetric cape. I'm going to go back a minute because I want you to just pay attention to the cape that she has on and how it's draped across over her shoulder, because we're going to see it a little bit later on Andrea, who will be wearing it a different way. Okay. Andrea in the middle is wearing the sling tee. So we've seen this before, but under a duster now you can see what the shirt looks like on its own. And then Roberta is wearing our basic tee, and she just has it tucked into the pants and bloused over. And here are the pieces. Now, our basic skirt is double layered and tapered, pencil skirt style. And this, she's wearing this with our That's a Wrap top, which is actually one of my favorite tops. I think it's very unique in that it kind of encompasses a lot of different things in this single color blouse. It's got an asymmetrical hemline, it's draping, it's got a little cutout at the shoulder. It covers the butt in the back and has the bow and tails as detail down the back. And then the slim fit 3/4 length sleeves are great coverage for all seasons, as well as women that don't like to show their upper arms. The basic skirt is actually is so versatile. It goes with absolutely everything that we have in our collection. So we're going to see it next on all three ladies, and you can see how some of the different variety we have it on. Demetria is now wearing the sheet shirt. She does not have it tucked in. So you can see that the underlayer does contour her body. Andrea in the middle is wearing the asymmetric cape that I told you to notice. I pointed out when Demetria had it on over her shoulder. Andrea is wearing it a little bit differently, and the way she's wearing it gives a lot more coverage in the back, and we'll see that when we switch to the back view. She's also wearing the tunic tank, and we have on the gray piece is another waist scrunchie that we use to accentuate her waistline. Here's the back view. You can see on Andrea in the green how much coverage she has with that cape compared to how Demetria's was over her shoulder. And here are the pieces. Para Romper is another what I would call a signature Kia style. If you remember from earlier, these are styles that always surprise me to see how they become such big sellers. This piece is my favorite go-to when I have something kind of formal, fancy that I need to be at, but don't really feel like getting dressed. I can put this on and put some big jewelry on and some stilettos and feel like I'm in my pajamas, but look like I belong there in in a dress. So Andrea is wearing this with them. We put this big necklace on to give her a little bit of coverage, a little more coverage. This romper also looks great with a cami under it for even more coverage. So for Andrea, I would probably go cami to give a little bit more bust coverage, or a bigger, longer necklace to cover more skin. And here we have it on all three ladies. This is actually also a piece that most women come into the store and they see it on a mannequin or they've seen it online and they're like, oh yeah, it's cute, but not for me, not for me. And then when we force them to try it on, they love it, and they are surprised by it. Roberta on the right in the black, that happened to her. She had seen it, around the store since she's been working for us. And when we had her put it on, she loved it and decided to is going to wear it to her son's wedding. She actually even got it in black and white. She loved it so much. This top also does great, or this romper also is great with, if you can layer it over long sleeves. I always suggest Spanx makes something called arm tights, and it's fitted, basically tights like a little shirt made out of tights material, but it's nice and fitted through the arms and the armpit so that the fabric doesn't bunch up in the armpit when you put the romper on over it. And I think they come in all different colors, and I think they're about $35 last I looked. The back view.